Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. We just unboxed the September 2024 Ipsy Boxes Glam Bag and BoxyCharm. So I brought you a video of that full unboxing and some swatches and all. As I mentioned in that video, I wanted to follow up with a try on. So we're going to take everything in these boxes that I got for September and do a full face of try-ons and some reviews. I'm hoping that this helps you with your choice day, which does start, hopefully, if I get it up in the same day, today, September 1st. So the 1st through the 3rd, you'll be making your choices for BoxyCharm and add-ons. So I always love when I can get these to you in time. So if you're curious about my thoughts and first impressions on all of the products that I got, then stick around and we will dive right on in. All right, so welcome if you are new here. I am Cher and I cover a lot of the popular beauty subscription boxes Ipsy has spent a lot of time on because they drop a lot of spoilers throughout the month in different pieces and parts. I do the spoilers, unboxings, try-ons, and reviews on a lot of the boxes out there. So if you want to see more of this, you know, on boxes and on Ipsy especially, you'll want to stick around here. And I like to do the try on like this each month so that it really helps you guys. I will give you the disclaimer. Keep in mind that this is all PR gifted to me. So Ipsy gives this to me to share on my channel. And it's nice because I get it a little bit earlier than you guys. So then it really helps you when you're making those choices. So basically we are going to share everything that we got in the Ipsy Glam Bag as well as in our BoxyCharm. And I just kind of combine everything from both and try to come up with one big makeup look from all the makeup, as well as trying out the skincare beforehand. We got about 4 items that were skincare and everything else is what I consider makeup, though a couple of those are kind of like primer type products. And then we also have setting spray. So yeah, we're just gonna go in the order of how I would put it on. Now, the first thing that I will probably start with is this Nip and Fab Clay Mask. It's Salicylic Fix Clay Mask. This tends to be really good for people with like acne, oily skin, large pores, you know, all of those kinds of problems, especially for like oily skin folks. That is not me. I am 46 and so I've got dry, mature skin. So I rarely ever use like a clay mask. Occasionally I might use something like this if I have like a little flare up. Okay, I can't even get it to, it's not coming out of the bottle. It's almost dried up in there. Yeah, there's like a part of it that just, I can't even get to it. So that's weird. There's kind of like a dried up coating on the top. I'm only gonna put this in spots where, like, I have a little spot right here. Couple of spots where maybe I get more acne, especially along maybe like the hairline. Yeah, that definitely feels just like clay. It's really drying. So I'm gonna put it more on these parts where I might possibly get a little bit more oil. I'm gonna probably leave my forehead alone though, because that's my most wrinkly, dry spot. And I don't need even drier skin than I already have. But occasionally I do get, you know, a spot here and there. So I'm going to let that dry in, let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll wash it off. It definitely feels like it's tightening, you know, like a clay mask does. So I'm not gonna be the best person to really truly test this out because of my skin type. Now, in the meantime, we can look at this Aamani Rose Quartz Sugar Scrub. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to use this more in like the bathtub. I love these kind of things in the bath. But I'll just kind of put a little bit like on my hand and arms just to kind of get a feel for what it feels like and how it spreads. Ooh, yay. I love these so much. Yes. I don't know if you can see the sugary crumbs falling and smells so good. It's not really like heavy of rose. What is that scent? I wonder. I don't know what scent that is. Sugar, shea butter, mango butter, coconut oil, cocoa butter, vitamin E. It just says fragrance, titanium oxide. So whatever that fragrance is, it smells really good. And I cannot wait to have that in the bath. I'm really excited about this. So I love these things. It feels great. Definitely going to be very like exfoliating, but moisturizing too, I think. So what we'll do is, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the cleanser. This is from Innisfree. I'm trying to see if you can see it here. Cherry Blossom Glow Jelly Cream. And we're using this as cleanser, basically. I'll use the cleanser to start on cleaning it up on camera. Yeah, that's nice. So it feels like just like a gel cleanser, basically. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bathroom and wash this off the rest of the way. And I'm going to use this on my face. It's good and tightened enough now, I think, like really tightened. And then I'll wash the rest off with water and get a feel for kind of how this cleanses and how it does. It's very refreshing, cooling, you know, gel finish, basically. Yeah, and it smooths. Like, it goes on really well, so you don't have to keep reapplying. Like, really soft and nice. Like, this is a nice cleanser. I like this. And the scent is just very, I don't know, it's just a refreshing scent. It's the best way I know how to describe it. So anyway, I'm going to go wash this off and I'll be right back. All right, I am back and we've removed everything. Now, I will say that my skin, well, it feels pretty tight and like it's almost aching from the dryness, but I think that that cleanser leaves it really soft too. So it was kind of a mix of both. So basically, I'll be gifting this just because it's not for my skin type, but you know, it'll probably be great for whoever has oily skin. So don't want to knock it for you guys. But I love the cleanser. Cleanser feels great. And then the last thing we have in skincare is this Kat Burki Rose Hip Intense Recovery Eye Cream. Now, I can't remember if the eye cream I got before was this one or not. Like I got a little mini version of it. I'll apply it with my ring finger. So I'm trying to remember if I've tried it or not. So this has kind of a gel feeling to it. You know, it feels pretty good. It's not like, it's definitely not like a firming cream type texture. This one is a lot more gel and like a cooling effect. It's a serum. Yeah, so it's not, that's why it's not gonna be like a eye cream. It's more of an eye serum, I think. So yeah, it's always hard to know ahead of time how effective it is. It feels really soft and like kind of silky. Definitely has a smell to it. It is that might be rose hip, but I almost get like, I don't want to say alcohol, but like there is kind of a chemically smell to it. Just letting you know about that. All right, so that was everything in skincare. I'm just going to quickly hydrate my face with my own skincare here that didn't come in Ipsy to prepare for our makeup portion now. All right, guys, I am back. I've gone ahead and primed my eyes to get started. I wanted to let you know, though, this eye cream, it feels like it's really tightening around the eye area. So after it sits for a while, like it almost feels like that clay mask, but in a serum. Like it kind of dries down to a very tightening sensation. So definitely wanted to let you know about that. So really interesting, whatever it is working on in there. Okay, we are just going to get started on this as our eyeshadow palette. Normally, guys, I always get a palette in my BoxyCharm. I didn't this time. This was the first month, I think, ever that I haven't gotten a true, like, eyeshadow palette. So this is our only one. And a lot of times I get an Ipsy one too, Ipsy Glam Bag one. But I always get BoxyCharm. So I guess this is our palette we'll be doing this time. A lot of times I have to do 2 looks because I have 2 palettes, but this will be it. So this is from Pinklipps, and this was that Make Me Mauve, I think it was. Mauve Me Mini Eyeshadow Palette. I'm going to come in with this shade right here as our base. I'm probably not doing anything too exciting, probably just our standard with it because it's just a really pretty palette, like pretty mauve color. So we're just going to kind of play with how I would wear a nice wearable pretty pink look, you know. So I like this color. This one's blending okay. There was a couple that I swatched that I felt like might end up being patchy. As usual, it tends to be those darker colors, so we'll see how that is when we get to it. Okay, trying to lead in for you too, but I'm also have to wear reading glasses, and I can't wear my reading glasses when I'm doing my eye makeup, right? So, all right, so nice like mauve-y color there in the eyes. Next, I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna come in with this girl right here. And I'm gonna start creating kind of a halo eye, like just form it around both sides here with a little bit smaller fluffy brush. I'm gonna put her right about there. And kind of dab her on. So this is a shimmer, but like, you know, a darker one. I'm gonna put a little dab over here too. This looks very similar to the Ipsy Glam Bag palette we used last month, actually. We created a very similar look. I don't mean to keep repeating the same look. I'm being kind of boring, aren't I? I'm really into halo eyes though right now. Then I'm gonna take the middle one there. It's kind of like a brownie, purpley, mauve-y color. This is the one I think was a little patchy, so let's see how it does. I'm just gonna put it in the corner right here. Yeah, that one's a little patchy, not gonna lie. But the rest of it wasn't too bad. It wasn't blending too bad. Okay. Kind of bring her out a little bit more. I'm gonna use every color in the palette, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger and just pack down this one. It's my skin tone, so I don't know if it's even gonna show up, but we'll put it down first right here in the middle. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm gonna come in with the more shimmery one here. And we will have used every pan in this. And that is the exact same color it looks like, but more in a shimmer shade. You're not getting a lot of pigment out of these shimmers, I'm not gonna lie. They're not like ultra sparkly, but just like a little hint of sparkle. They really, really do remind me though of both the look and the feel of the Natasha Denona minis. They really do. Even in the formula a little bit, because Natasha Denona's shimmers aren't like super pigmented on some things, especially not in her mini pans. There's some that are, but there's others that are not. It has this light, like powdery feel to it, the same way some of the Natasha Denona ones do. So I do feel like this is kind of a dupe for some of hers. You do have a little patchier spot though with that middle one, I'm just gonna say. All right, I'm going to finish this eye, kind of give it the same look, and maybe add a little liner to everything, and then we'll come back in and play with the mascara. So I'll be right back. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead, and while I don't have it on this eye too much, I might go ahead and apply some mascara to this eye so you can get a better feel for it, because once we get the liner and all that on, you're not gonna be able to see it pop as much. So let's go ahead and just play with it real quick. So this time we've got the Benefit Fan Fest mascara, and I've already tried this before. Ipsy has given us this one before. This is a repeat for me, and I know that I love it. So I'm gonna show you guys what this does, although I have it turned backwards. But it really creates these like, see how it curls? So you can really grip the lashes from underneath. And it gives this true like curling but fanning effect, because it's also fatter on the outside, but I do have it turned backwards. It's always hard to do that left eye. And I just whacked I just got it on my eyeshadow, but I will show you just a minute that that is no biggie. We will get it off. Happens all the time. How awesome is that? Right? And then for the bottom lash, like, you know, with the curling effect, it can be a little harder to make it a true, like, perfect one for the bottom, but I do feel like it's still, like, delicate enough that it can make decent bottom lashes. All right, guys, so no biggie with this little spot that I got on my eye. We're just going to take a Q-tip, some micellar water, dab it around, and if you have to retouch up your eyeshadow, I mean, you know, no biggie either. And voila. Usually wait for it to dry though, so it doesn't smudge. That's my tip when trying to get mascara off that you didn't mean to put down. I wanted to also point out, look at how, I don't know if you can see this. Okay. Look how, like, how much my face is cracking. I thought I got all that clay mask off, but I guess not. And it is just, it is cracking all over the place. My skin is just peeling right now. I don't love clay masks. Now I'm going to go finish the eyes, and I'll put the mascara on the other side too and be back here in just a moment to work on the face a little bit. All right, guys, so here's the beginning of a look. I know this is like almost exactly the same look I created last time with the Ipsy Glam Bag palette. Sorry. All right, so we're going to move on to the face. And the two like base products we got are kind of two primers. I mean, they're a little different in how you use them. One is this Pinky Bee Beauty Had Me at primer. It's an illuminating primer, which looked so fantastic in my swatches in the unboxing video. But then we have the JLo Complexion Booster, and this one was a very bronzy highlighty. This one was almost more like a silver highlighty. So same thing. So I'm like, how should I do this? I think, so here's the thing, especially with this JLo Beauty, there's different ways you can use it. You can either, so this kind of gives you the same feel as either like the Dior Star Filter or the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless, you know, kind of like the e.l.f. Halo Glow, or the L'Oreal like Lumi Glow, like that kind of idea where you can use it as a primer under your foundation and base makeup for like a glowing complexion, or you could use it as a foundation if you don't want like full coverage, or you could use it more kind of like as a highlight effect over your foundation, or even like bronzing effect in this case. So I think what I'll do is I'll use one of them as an actual primer and one as either a foundation on top of that or bronzer highlight. I don't know. Okay, so I think I'll start off with this as more of a primer because it does say primer. So they're like very clear they want you to use it as a primer. So we'll do this as the primer, and then I'm going to figure out which way I want to use the JLo, because the JLo, man, when I swatched that up, it was like, woo, it was bronze, girl. It was bronze. And I'm really excited about it. All right, so let's start off with this one. And I don't know how I want to apply it either. I guess I'll just use a brush like I normally would. Normally, I would say put it on your hand and rub it around. I'm just going to go straight in because I really want to like have this show up. And let's see how it looks. So I'm excited. I love illuminizing primers. I'm a glowy girl. I like dewy, glowy. Sometimes it's harder for on camera. You really kind of want a matte finish on camera. It looks better on camera, but in person, y'all, I'm a dewy glow girl. Let's see how it looks. Ooh, look at that. It is glowing. Love it. I'm going to stiffle it so that it shows up the most like pigmented. Wow, look at there. Look at there. So I wouldn't say that it's just like silk pillowcase like my favorites, like my Lancome or my YSL, but it's nice and smooth, and it just has this like glowing sheet across the face, if y'all can see that. So really nice. Ooh. Now, I did just have that tightening clay mask though, so my skin still feels so dry and like tight at the moment. So I wouldn't say it's the most like hydrating primer that's just, ooh, so silky, but it's so in feel like, you know, it's okay. It's kind of seeping into the skin, but it's definitely giving, it's the glow that I'm really loving about it. All right, now I'm really curious if I want to wear this more as a foundation. It's not usually going to be worn as a foundation probably, guys. But just wondering if like I wanted to just try it and see what it would be like to wear it as my foundation today. And then any more coverage that we need, maybe I can use concealer for those parts, really blend it down. Let's try it. We'll do that. We'll make it, normally I would make this the primer probably, but because we've already got on that other primer, I'd like to kind of see how this one's gonna do more as a foundation. Ooh. Let's just go straight in. All right, yeah, definitely not gonna work as a foundation. It's too thin. But look at that glow. I think I've seen some negative reviews on this, but I don't know. Like when I swatched it and saw that glow, I was in love. I don't know, it could work as a like a skin tint. So you're gonna have to just know that you're not getting coverage. If you have beautiful skin already and don't need a lot, then you could probably just go straight in with this. But it's definitely giving me Halo Glow vibes, Charlotte Tilbury, Flawless Filter vibes, no doubt. I wouldn't say Dior, because the Dior is more, not clear, but like, the Dior isn't quite as bronzy. And this is more bronzy, a lot more like the e.l.f. Halo Glow or the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, what is it? Flawless Star Filter? I can't remember the name of it, but you know which one I'm talking about. It's not as like crazy pigmented as it was on my hand. I'm just gonna squirt it like straight on and see if we can get it crazy pigmented like that one. That's more like it. Look at that! I feel like instead of the Tin Man, I'm like the Bronze Man, the Bronze Woman. There we go. Okay. That is so fun. I like it. I love the bronzy glow it gives. And this one in particular is more on the bronze side than some of those other ones. So cool. All right, here we go. I'm not even going to put on foundation. I'm going to let that be my foundation. Now I am going to though pop on a little concealer, maybe a little bronze, like more bronze than the overall complexion bronze. And we will come back in here and try out the blush. All right, guys, so I really wanted to point out a couple things. First of all, you know, with using that complexion, I did like a bronzy complexion booster. So now my concealer is staining out just a little bit more. It's a lot brighter than, you know, the complexion booster I'd had. So it kind of changes things of how I normally do things with my foundation. The other thing I wanted to point out is this eye serum, I think, is very drying. When I went to go put my concealer and powders and stuff on, you guys, it was so hard to blend because it was really dry and like almost peeling right under my eyes here where I had applied that serum. So I wanted to point that out, that I don't know if this is going to be the best for my skin type either, this eye serum. So if you got very dry skin, like it's a drying formula. So if you're going to put this on before your makeup, you will want to follow up with a very, very hydrating eye cream first before you apply concealer under your eyes. It's very drying. So I'm still, like, my under eye makeup here is really patchy, and because I couldn't get it to blend, it was dry as could be. Okay. But now we're going to move on to the cheeks, to the blush. I'm very excited to try this. This is the Makiage, and it's their baked blush, mineral baked blush. And this is in the shade Vogue. So you guys, baked blush, just so you know, the difference between it is like, it's kind of baked down like from a cream, but then down to a format that's kind of like a marble finish. Usually it tends to reflect light more. It has like pigments in it. So it's going to give you like a sheen blush appearance that's almost a little highlighty too, hopefully. I didn't notice that though in the swatches, but I don't know. I don't always go for baked, so this will be interesting to try. And I'm just gonna go straight in and start applying it. Woo! Okay, I went a little overboard here. Yeah, I'm used to like, it's pretty pigmented. So I would recommend doing more sweeping motions when you put this on. Don't just go and pack it on like I just did, or you're gonna end up with that effect. So we're gonna have to go blend that out just a moment. So there it is. That's a pretty color. All right, let me blend this baby out a little bit more. My goodness. Wow. Very nice. That's a pretty color, and it definitely matches our eye shade. Trying to kind of blend that in a little bit. All right. It's pretty. Very pretty. Yeah. I feel like all of my pores are like shining through a lot more. I think it was all the skincare, guys. I think it was that clay mask first, and then yeah, maybe the complexion booster or the primer is doing this too. But yeah, do you guys see that? I feel like my pore sizes are just really coming through today. I feel like it's either the skincare or the primer or both primers or a combination of everything. But whew, and then I put that baked makeup down on top of these pores coming through, and it's just really like highlighting the pore size here. I think it's not the cheeks. I don't think it's the blush. I think the blush is beautiful, but I think it's just my skin is the effect it's had on my skin from everything I just put on my face. I don't think I'm feeling it. Definitely not the clay mask. I am going to finish my look with a little highlight and lips, comb out my hair, and I'll come back in here for the final look, and then we'll spray it all down with the setting spray. So be right back. All right, guys, so here's my overall look all finished. I did pop on some lashes just to kind of feel pretty. So overall thoughts. Okay, so I was noticing, like I said, the like larger pore sizes kind of in here, and I was trying to pinpoint and figure out what is it that I put in this area more than there. Honestly, you know, that clay mask went in these areas more. I already knew that wasn't going to be the skincare for me. Also, this eye cream. I was really, really excited to get this Cat Burki, but I'm starting to wonder, you know, I was feeling under the eyes were so tight as well, and even like peeling a little bit. So it's like, I feel like both of these skincare items were very drying on my mature skin. So I think if you're going to use this, you want to really follow up behind with a good moisturizing eye cream, because it is a serum. I know that it's an intense recovery one, so it's working on the eye area, but if it's not going to be hydrating, I don't know how well that's going to work on my mature skin eyes, you know. So definitely, if you're going to use this one, I would definitely follow up with something very moisturizing before you apply your makeup, because it was so patchy. I was having such a hard time getting that under eye makeup on. So I'm thinking it's not either of the primers that's causing those pore size issues. Overall, I feel like the primers are gorgeous. Like, look how my skin is glowing. I think I especially loved this JLo Complexion Booster. Like I said, I don't think it had the best reviews out there, but I love it. Like, look at that. Like, that is from this, and it has this very bronzy glow. Let's try some on my chest real quick and just see if we could do the effect of like bronzed glow across the chest even, just give us that like goddess glow down here. Let's just see. I need a better brush, but I'm just gonna kind of like wisp it out. Like, I love this kind of effect. Yeah, see, like, look at that. I know at first you look like the bronze Tin Man, but when you get it kind of blended into the skin, it is beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I think that's gorgeous. I think that is my favorite product, is the JLo. Bless her, she's going through it right now, huh? You know, I was kind of rooting for Ben and Jen too, but we kind of all knew it probably wasn't gonna last. So bummer. But no, look at that, that's gorgeous. So I love the JLo. That's my favorite product. Oh gosh, you guys, I forgot to use the setting spray. So here's the shades by Shan. Let's try it and lock it all in. Whew. That goes on very concentrated, like all at once, like more so than a lot of the setting sprays I'm used to. Let me read the ingredients in this. It does include hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and ginseng. So it is going to be more of a glowy setting spray, and that feels pretty good. It's not like super sticky or anything, fairly hydrating. So I guess time will tell how it works. But yeah, I'm glad to have that too. So anyway, still, I love this complexion booster. This is my favorite product. And I love that baked blush. That did come out so beautiful. Look at that. That did bake beautifully. So love that one too. And just overall, it's giving everything this very bronzy, glowy, sheer, like sheen, highlighty look. And then I also like the eyeshadow. That's pretty too. I think it does definitely give me the Natasha Denona vibes. It even feels a little bit like it in formula, other than like this one that's kind of, I don't know, patchy, but it's pretty, giving us a pretty like mauve berry look overall here. So yeah, everything was nice. And of course, I still love the Benefit mascara. This is definitely a favorite. Such a good mascara. Yeah, so overall it was pretty good. A few that I might be a little disappointed in, like skincare wise, but a few big hits too. So yeah, so that was everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed this and it was helpful. Make sure that you stick around. Let me know what all you're picking up and how it's going for you for choice. And you'll want to stay tuned for when I bring October spoilers. And I've got a few more subscription boxes on the way too for unboxing. So if all of that interests you, you'll want to stick around. Make sure you pop that subscribe, turn the notification bells to on, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.